Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Yes, my G's. Today I'm gonna be teaching you some drills you can do for your head movement. Okay, so when you're being taught boxing, your basic fundamentals is head movement because if you're going into a fight, you know, all like that, and your head stays there, it's like that. You're gonna get your head jabbed off. You're gonna get your head banged off. You get me? But when you go on a fight like this, even when the other guy's not hitting you, it's still okay. When you're sparring and when you're fighting, and the amateurs and the pros, it's still okay to now and then just fake that slip, fake that duck, because it still brings you muscle memory and it still brings you that, oh, I've been doing this all the time, so I'm going to do it again. You slip, I can come over now. Slip to the inside. Now, we're going to talk about that because slipping to the inside is not what we want to do. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay. So drill number one is very simple. You're gonna be like, oh, well, no shit. But it's shadow boxing by Bruther. It is shadow boxing. Now, shadow boxing isn't just, jabbing, jabbing from that hook, It ain't just all that shit. Fucking move. It ain't all just that shit. Okay? Shadow boxing is very complex because it helps you with your... Well, it just helps you with your boxing in general. A lot of fighters will shadow box in the back rooms before they go into the fight, But there's honestly, fucking shadow boxing is one of the best things you can do for boxing. It's got so many beneficials to it. And one of them is head movement. So instead of just going full, because this is probably what you beginners are going to look like. Nah, G, we ain't doing that. What we're doing is we're going to throw some jabs. We're going to throw some jabs, and now they're going to throw a jab. You can either slip to the inside, but now you're open there, because on the inside, if you slipped here, if you're here now, right, they can come over, You don't want that. What you want is just slip to the outside. You're on the outside now, yeah? You are the one who can come over. You can hit him there. You can even come back over that way. Okay, so we're going to do about 10 seconds of just shadow boxing. I'll just slipping. Okay. We got that in the bag, my guys. We got that. You're already improving. You're already improving. So, fucking hell, I'm knackered. We're gonna do a roll now. So a roll is when they're gonna throw a hook. Where you can do either that hook there, where you can do that hook there. Okay, but a roll is essentially just you go underneath it, right? So like a slip, you go to the outside. With a slip, by the way, you're not just doing that because that still leaves you in that position to get clubbed. Okay? Still leaves you in that position to get your head jabbed off and crossed off, okay? So instead of just doing that, you're going like on the angle of it. And you're not going all the way down, because even that can cause you some issues coming back up. Hit you with an uppercut, you know, could even hit you with that lower hook. We ain't doing that. All we're doing is we're literally just going past the jab. Yeah, we're just dodging the jab. Okay? A roll. A roll. Yeah, yes, okay. Mike Tyson did it a lot. Mike Tyson, he'd come over, you know, But yeah, so another drill to do that is shadow boxing. You know, just pretend they're going in for that. You get the point. 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 I get the point, and you get the point. Now, the next one is just a duck. Okay, a duck is very simple. It's literally just you're bending at the knees. Okay, so yeah, again, we could. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much for any punch they throw at you, other than an uppercut. You know, they could throw a jab. You could just, instead of slipping it, you could just, you know, it is very, 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 very much preferred you slip the jab, because in this position, you're still gonna get clubbed in the face. But if they go for a hook, you know, okay, right. I have literally just woken up, by the way. Drill is I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I don't know what this movement is called, but it's just I'm gonna call it like a slide back, yeah? A lot of fighters, you see a lot of fighters stick their hand out as they do it. That is to gain reach on your opponent, because then you can come back with that, yeah? You know? So yeah, so literally all you're doing is just okay, now for some drills. So the first drill was shadow boxing. The next drill, so we've got all of our head movements, like sort of staples out of the way. You've got your slip, got your rolls, you got your duck, and you've got your slip back. I'm pretty sure slip backs you'll see the most when people are either coming off aggressive to them, you know, or when they throw an uppercut and you just see, yes man, yes man. Okay, so another drill for this would be to sparring. Sparring is another drill. Light spar. So there's different types of sparring. You've got your light sparring, you've got your heavy sparring. Heavy sparring is for people who want to be injured before a fight. Okay, there's no good in doing a heavy spar unless you may be doing it with your mate, and you know. But even then, you're better off doing a light spar or a tactical spar. A tactical spar is when you just test new things. You can test your head movement in a tactical spar. A tactical spar is when you test new angles. It's when you a tactical spar is literally just when you use tactics, when you apply a tactic. And a light spar is when you, at your lowest point, you go and see what you're like in the ring. So yeah, so your opponent, obviously, maybe you could ask like someone who's a lot better than you in the ring to come and help you like spar. Yo, yes mate, you right? You know, can you come? I want to do some rounds, some tactical rounds. You know, to practice my head movement. Maybe we could, put the gloves on. Oh yeah, sure, boss man. Just get it there. And then I'll go from there. Okay. So now you're in the ring. You just and you can test your head movement. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now is another drill, and that is pad work. Pad work. So you stood there for a 1-2. So 1, 2. And then they will hit you back. Okay. Okay. Right. Are we happy we've got that out of the way? So there's obviously many drills you can do. But personally, I think some of the best ones are going to be the more practical ones. Like sparring, like pad work, like shadow boxing. Because you've got ones where you throw a ball and then you have to catch it. Like throw a ball at the wall and you have to catch it. I used to do that. Or you've got one where you have to bounce the ball and catch it. Like that. That's so good for, I suppose, hand movement, for parry. Even if you're southpaw. It feels so strange when I go southpaw. But yeah, there's also ones where you can attach a rope and you can go between the rope. You get the point? You get the point! Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please smash that like button. Subscribe for more boxing tutorials and for more short and, just see what I get up to in my life, which is fuck all because, I'm not in school anymore, so I'll have more time to post. Okay, thanks guys, goodbye.